Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti binti Jalaluddin. I am a leader of group KA61 and today I will be presenting about our final year project. This project is titled Walking Suitability Assessment at Polytechnic Tun Said Nasir Pago by using Wabsa. Presenting our supervisor, the one who helped us the most through these 2 years of conducting our study, Mr. Ptsn. This group houses 3 members. The first one is me, the leader, Siti binti Jalaluddin, Muhammad Dana Putra bin Suhaimi, and Muhammad Siti Firdaus bin Muhammad Fauzi. Now, I will introduce you to our project that we have been conducting throughout these 2 sets. Our project is about walking suitability assessment at Polytechnic Tun Said Nasir by using Wabsa method. Wabsa hereby means is walkability and bicycling suitability assessment. Walking is one of active transportation modes of travel. Walking is a popular activity for both recreation and transport, and its health benefits are well known. Walking can be either full mode or part. For example, walking to access public transport or from public transport to the destination. This condition usually happens to college students who live outside the campus with provision of free or discounted passes to access public transport or exclusive pass for them to travel to the campus. However, for those who live at nearby residential, they normally walking directly to the campus. A walkable environment is one that has sideways, greenways, and walking routes that offer a convenient and safe route for walking away from motor vehicle traffic, such as motorcycle, buses, and cars. The walking evaluation approach looks at information regarding the availability or absence of sidewalks, the material used to cover the path, the width of the sidewalk and the buffer, as well as whether curb ramps and street lights are present or not. The unplanned pathways or boundaries that people have created alongside a road are not to be considered. Developed dirt sidewalks, and this assessment tool is only intended to evaluate actual sidewalks. Now, let's talk about Wabsa method. The Walking and Bicycling Suitability Assessment, or as called Wabsa, project was developed by James Emery, Carolyn Crum, and Phil Force in 1999, with funding from the North Carolina Cardiovascular Health Program. The goal was to identify and develop methods communities could use to assess the suitability of their local street for walking and bicycling. This study tends to use this approach to carry out a walking suitability assessment with respect to the Polytechnic Tun Said Nasir walking route from the student residential college. Problem statement of the study. Polytechnic Tun Said Nasir is one of the 4 institutions located in the higher education hub in Pago. Excluding the University Technology Malaysia, unlike the University Tun Hussein Malaysia, and the International Islamic University Malaysia, there has been no provision of hostel for Ptsn students. Thus, they can either rent in UTHM or IIUM residential college, or they can choose to rent at the nearby residential areas. Those who stay at the residential college usually walk to the campus on the same route as UTHM students with additional 1 or 2 kilometers. Therefore, this study was carried out to assess walking suitability of the route as well as to justify active transport practice among the Ptsn students. The assessment was based on several criteria, especially the existence of sidewalks. Comfortable, safe, and barrier-free sidewalks are among of the important elements to attract all groups of pedestrians. Academic institutions should be the best place to inculcate active transport culture, so the future leaders and generation will possess healthier lifestyle. There are 3 objectives to achieve in this study. The first one is to identify practice of active transportation based on distance of destination among the students of Polytechnic Tun Said Nasir. Second one is to conduct walking suitability assessment by using the Wabsa procedure along the Ptsn students' walking route. And lastly is to propose improvement on the suitability of walking along the route based on the test practices in encouraging walking culture. Next is the scope of study. The data collection was carried out by doing a survey through questionnaire. It is given to respondents among the Polytechnic twin site nursing students. Drone mapping was carried out to obtain the proper images of walking route, since the available map in Google Maps application was out of date. This assessment also involves traffic counting to obtain the average annual daily traffic, as known as AADP, along Jalan Ptsn Sarjana, which is the main part of the road segments to be assessed. Chapter 2 discusses the methods and materials used for this study. There were no raw materials involved in this study. However, other than questionnaire forms and common measuring device, the following advanced equipment or tools were used to collect data. The first one is DJI Phantom 3 Advanced Drone. The drone type was used for capturing the raw aerial images along the walking route from the UTHM Residential College to Polytechnic Twin Site Nursery Campus for mapping purpose. The Pixel capture application was used to assign flying, route, and image recording frequency. The images were later analyzed using the Pixel Mapper software to obtain overall image of road segments. The use of drone has been one of the ideal methods in research related to investigation, especially buildings. The second material used is the countcam. The countcam is a video-based traffic recorder used to collect AADT data along Jalan Tanjung. It's capable of continuously recording up to 85 hours in camera mode and 65 hours of directional traffic volume in counter mode. In this study, counter mode was used in data collection. It was installed at the side of main road by attaching it to the available lampposts, as shown as the picture. The raw data produced by this device is traffic volume at 15-minute interval to collect the AADT data. There are 4 methods that we use while conducting these studies. The first one is a survey through questionnaire. This questionnaire consists of 2 parts, which is part A is demographic and part B is travel mode selection. It was distributed among 62 Ptsn students. Number of Ptsn students that have been staying in the UTHM Residential College is approximately 200 students. The questionnaire is basically an identical questionnaire used by Yuan Chu A, a researcher from University Malaya, with a slight modification of demographic questions to suit the targeted respondent. The second method used was walking suitability assessment in Wabsa. Walking suitability assessment was carried out by on-foot investigation. Characteristics were assessed are AADT, posted speed limit, number of true lanes for both directions, presence of sidewalk material, sidewalk surface condition, sidewalk width, buffer width, curb ramps, street lighting, isolated problem spots, and intersections. Each characteristic has its own score for a certain value or quality. For example, for sidewalk surface condition, the score for good, fair, and poor are 0, 1, and 4, respectively. Total score was used to determine the walking suitability level of assessed road segment. Here are the walking suitability level with scores and its group of color. Below 3.0, with score below 3.0, it is categorized as very good and in color of blue. A range between 3.0 and 5.9 is in a good suitability level and in color of green. A range of 6.0 until 8.9 is categorized as fair and in color of yellow. In a range of 9.0 until 26.0 is categorized its suitability of 4 in color of orange. 99.0 is categorized as no sidewalk on quiet street in color of pink, and above 99.0 is categorized no sidewalk on busy street in the color of red. The third method that we use in the study is drone mapping. Because of the available map in Google Maps application was out of date and was not presentable in the study, drone mapping was carried out to obtain proper image of walking route that involved in the study. The mapping started at Jalan Ptsn Sarjana and ended at Jalan Mahasiswa. There are 3 stages of conducting this road mapping. The first one, the walking route to be mapped was identified to divide section of road segment. There are 4 sections in this road segment. Phantom 3 advanced drone was used to carry out the mapping starting from the Residential College of Ptsn. The Pix40 capture was used to set flying road and frequency of image capture. Lastly, the images that were captured by drone were analyzed by using Pix40 Mapper software. The last method that we use in the study is AADT measurement. In the walking suitability assessment, one of the characteristics to be assessed is AADT. It can be categorized as the daily average number of vehicles within the road segment. As previously mentioned, the CountCam device was used to record computer tapping. The volume along Jalan Pancho. Data from the device were downloaded in Excel format. However, AADT or of other road segment were determined of using formula proposed by Wabsa. The formula of AADT were as follows: number of vehicles in 15 minutes times by 4 times by 12.5. Number of vehicles passing by were counted during commute hours. Generally, it was somewhere between 7 until 9 a.m. or 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. By standing beside the road away from an intersection, both sides of the road.
Chapter 3, Results and Discussion. The outcome of the study were obtained from questionnaire survey and walking suitability assessment. Both outcomes were essential in recommending improvement to the walking suitability along the student walking route. From the questionnaire survey, the selection of travel mode can be determined while from walking suitability assessment. The condition of walking facility can be identified. This is travel mode selection table. This table shows the travel mode selection among 62 respondents from the polytechnic student. There are 5 types of travel mode: first, walking, bicycle, motorcycle, car, and bus. Referring to this table, most students only utilize active transportation if the trip from their college to campus is less than 1 kilometer. Most students choose to use bus and private automobile for trip longer than that. This situation may occur due to the current hot weather factor and cause discomfort to pedestrians at longer distance. Encouragement to walk longer can be increased through the provision of covered walkway. Walking suitability assessment. There are 3 types of that. First, mapping. Second, AADT measurement. And third, walking suitability assessment. Mapping is conducted through drawing and software analysis and progressing using Pix40 capture to get a clear version and an accurate quality of the road that is being inspected. AADT measurement. This AADT value were used to determine score as stat in Wabsa walking suitability assessment. And walking suitability assessment. And this thing we use to determine whether the road is good for student to walk or not. This is the result from mapping. The mapping as well as the assessment area was divided into 4 sections. Section 1, road is from the entrance of Residential College of Ptsn Pago to the nearest main road. The road is called Jalan Persiaran Sarjana. The second section is from the main road of Jalan Pancu to the entrance of University Tun Hussein On National Campus, while the section consists of Jalan Eduhab Ptsn, Section 1 and Jalan Eduhab Ptsn 2. The road is from the roundabout of the campus to the main administration lobby and continue to the campus cafeteria. Section 3 is from Jalan Eduhab Guna Sama 1/10 until Jalan Eduhab Guna Sama 1 and end at entrance of Polytechnic along Jalan Mahasiswa. This figure shows the time series of 50-minute volume in 24 hours of weekday. The total number of vehicles passing through Jalan Pancu is 5,868 vehicles, while other ADT values at each section are as shown in Table 3. This is Table 3. Referring to Table 3, the number of vehicles along Jalan Pancu is obviously way higher than other 3 roads because it is a main road to connect Pago to Bukit Gambir. It is also a 4-lane road with 2 directions and dual carriageway. This table shows the score for every criterion of the 4 sections. The score were obtained using the Wabsa. The final categorization of the road along the road according to their group from Ptsn, Residential College to Ptsn campus is as shown in figure 6. Referring to table 1 and 4 as well as figure 6, the most suitable working segment was section 4 with very good condition, followed by section 2 represented by green color, considered as good working suitability level. Section 3 was fair in suitability level and the worst condition was section 1 represented by red color. Therefore, there is an urgent need to immediately improve the first section given the very unsuitable condition for working through it. Chapter 4 Conclusion. In conclusion, a continuous working suitability assessment should be carried out to encourage active transport culture among young people, particularly higher education students such as Ptsn students. Based on the survey, the tendency of students to walk was decreasing with increased distance. Although this outcome can be predicted, but it will probably be other way around with the improvement of walking facility and campaign to persuade young people to choose to walk or at least bicycling rather than using other motorized travel mode. Covered sidewalk could be provided to encourage walking activity among students. Moreover, responsible parties should be more compassionate toward providing a more suitability facility to the student, especially road segment that shown the worst level of suitability in the walking suitability assessment by using Wabsa. Active transportation culture can be the cause of increasing the level of health among nations, but it should start among the younger generation, which is assumed more malleable. Just like the saying, to strike while the iron is hot. That's all from Group KA61. Thank you.